starting now.
There we go, Pookie. Got to have water in the greenhouse for Pookie Poo. Oh, Pookie, right, I'm putting this down now. Put it over there. If you want it, there it is, look. Right, today I've decided that I'm going to make a flower arrangement, and I'm not brilliant at flower arrangements. I like growing flowers, but I'm not good at them. So I've decided I'm going to start practicing. So, I'll tell you what I did yesterday. I brought these things into my greenhouse because it's nice and light in here. So, make sure you haven't got your finger on the microphone, darling. So I want everybody to hear me. Right, here we go. Right, what I did yesterday was I've grown some stalks in the garden, and some of them are quite long, so I decided to nip the tips out because I thought I want them to bush out, and they'd started bushing out a bit at the sides anyway, so I thought they're bound to get more growth. So I nipped them all out like this, and I thought, oh no, I feel really guilty now, so I'm going to make something of it. I thought I'll have a go at making an arrangement, so here we go. Now, what I've got here is I've got this that I prepared last night, and I was going to do it last night, and then I thought, no, I'll make it tomorrow and I'll film it, and so I can show you how easy it is to a complete novice, and I am a novice really. This is my second ever arrangement done with floral foam. Basically, it's in one of these like that. You buy the floral foam in bricks, and what you might not realise, and I didn't realise it, is that these things come in the size of the floral foam bricks. So I would normally be thinking, oh heck, how do I fill it all out? But basically it just plonks in there like that, and it sits in there, and you just cut a piece off when it's dry to about there, which I did last night. Cut it off while it's dry, then you just soak the wet bit that you're going to use. So then I just put it into a bucket of water, just let it sit on the top, and it just sank down its own weight, pulled it down, and so that way it filled up with water and didn't get any air bubbles in it. And then, so that's what I did with that. And then when it had all soaked up, it was really heavy, and I just got a knife, a sharp knife, and just trimmed off these corners here, because it was just like a big square block, and I thought, right, I'll put the corners down there, so I can just stick little things into it if I want to, because it's just to round it off to make a better shape really. So now you have to bear with me because this might end up to be a right mess, but let's have a bit of fun with it. So what I've got here is I went out and cut all this stuff last night and gave it a good drink overnight, because the key to floral things is not to put in something straight away that you've cut straight away, because otherwise it will just wilt, because it needs a really good drink of water overnight, or at least for a few hours. Oh, that Daisy's nearly had it. So I just picked these out of the garden because I thought, well, they're pretty. But the key thing is to make sure that you've got enough greenery. So I went out and got this hellebore, and it was absolutely covered in green fly, so I cut it and I just sprayed it quickly with some of my SB spray, and then I put it in a bucket of water and swished it around, and all of the bugs came straight off it, so that was really good. So what I'm going to do now is, I've no flipping idea, so I'm just gonna mess around and put things in and see what develops, because that's what it's all about really. So now, a certain person would say to me, oh, you're messing and you're faffing, so really I need to try and learn to get quicker. Pookie Poo, what are you doing? They're my scissors. I don't know, Pookie Poo. So I don't think, it's not as if I'm doing this to sell or anything, I'm just doing it for me in the house, and basically, you know, if I don't like it I can always take it apart later on, but I'm just showing you basically the techniques. So, Pookie Poo, you basically got to put enough stuff in to cover the foam. Now, we've got to remember when you're putting things into the foam that once you press something into it like that, you can't resite it, because if you keep taking it out and putting it back in again, the hole gets bigger, and then the the piece of whatever you've put in can't make contact with the floral foam to drink up the water out of the foam. So make sure when you put it in, it's going to stay in there, or you're going to put something with a bigger, fatter stem in its place. Like this is only fine, so it's not such a problem. But you've got to have the sort of basic idea of where you're going to put it, because otherwise you'll end up just keep wanting to take them in and pop them in and out and that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this in the bottom to try and cover all the green foam up. Okay, I don't know what this is going to end up like. This is going to be hilarious, I can see. Just cut it at a little angle, make it a point. I don't know if I've cut enough of this, I'm hoping I have. You see, that's just 2 pieces, it doesn't matter, and I'll just put that in there as well, and that. I don't know about that. It's quite a big bit, that is, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Now this is what this is in technical terms called faffing about. I'm faffing now. I know. I'm a bit of a faffer. Oh, right. Oh, when I did the allotment challenge, I was pilloried for saying things, you know, for doing things like this, faffing around. I was, but this is me. This is, you know, I'm trying. Believe it or not, I'm rushing. I'm really trying to go as fast as I can, so that I keep you interested in watching me do this, because I don't want you to get bored and fed up. So I'm going to have to speed up now. I'm now being told by my cameraman that I've got 7 minutes to finish this before the time runs out. Less than 7 minutes now. Oh, God. Well, right, okay. Right. That's basically going all the way around the bottom. Like that. Now, this, just cut it at a little point. Bring it in there. Point. This is probably going to look ridiculous, isn't it? But I'm having a go, and that's the thing, you know. It's not as if you know you're entering to get some award for the best blooming design or anything. It's just you think, well, I've got these things out my garden, I like it, so you know, I'm happy with it. So that's what it's all about, really. This is one's a bit symmetrical with the greenery. Right, putting 2 at a time now to speed up. That, and maybe one there, and one here. And what we're doing is we're creating a little shape here. Now I've got here some slaspy. Now this is great stuff. In fact, I've collected some seeds from this last year, and I'm growing my own plants. I think they're outside. I'll show you those later on at another time. But I'm just gonna bung this. It's all different textures, just to add a bit of interest. There we go. Take all the things off, because you don't want the leaves to be going into the thing. Right, now, what have we got here? Oh, that. Let's put that here like that. And there we go. Right. What have I got here? This is the hellebore going in. Right, sort of taking shape, isn't it? I probably haven't got enough stuff in yet, but I can always add more to it later. If I'm running out of time, can't I? I can always build it up a bit more. That's a little bit of my own grown gypsophilia. moth be going in. The key is to get all the greenery in first, and then put your flowers in afterwards. I'm just a bit worried that these poor little stalks are going to be disappearing among the greenery. You're not going to really see them. Right. But it doesn't matter, because if you've got something going into the bottom, you know, right into the arrangement, it adds a little bit of interest. You know, it makes you look into the arrangement. So what I've done is I've got just something like a little rogue anemone here. I'm just going to bob that in there, look. There's a little bit of extra colour, and one of these, and I can't remember what it's called. It's not a Michaelmas daisy, is it? Because that's what my friend said it was. She thought it could be a Michaelmas daisy. I'm going to put them two together like that, and then put that in there. It's like being on the flipping allotment challenge. This is trying to rush because I'm running out of blooming time. Typical, isn't it? I thought I'd got away from doing this blooming allotment challenge, and now I'm having to rush. Oh God. Oh well, I think I'm nearly done. I know you can still see foam, but basically that is more or less it. Use a couple of little alliums and bung them in there, look. That's it, just bung them in together like that. There we go. Probably looks a bit of a sight for all these people who are professionals, but it'll do me. It'll do. Bish bash bosh. Bish bash bosh. There you go. I've said it. And I haven't wasted my flowers. So there you go. That's really good. Really pleased with this. I'll probably take a photograph of it and put it on my Facebook page, which is Sandra Allotment Challenge, aka Flower Lady. If you want to have a look at my Facebook page, feel free to have a look. See what I'm getting up to. There we go. I sort of think that is nearly done. Now, I don't know how I'm doing for time. How am I doing for time? 14. I've got 14 minutes left.
No.
I've had 14 minutes. Oh, right. I better go because you're going to be getting fed up of seeing this now. So, I'll just put these in and then I'm finished. This currently is my garden, and this is going to go into the kitchen. Now these little daisies are quite floppy, but the stem, because it's been in water, is quite stiff, so they're okay. So what do you think? What do you reckon? Success? Now that I've done it, I can fill it up with water, and that'll sit in there, and as the floral foam dries out, it will suck up all the water that's in the thing. But another thing to remember is to make sure when you put your floral foam in, tape it on with this tape. This tape sticks to the floral foam. It doesn't matter that it's wet, and it sticks it and it holds it in place. So there you go. What do you think of that? What do you think? Where's Pookie? Pookie? You like it? There we go. See you next time.